Hello, Bobby, aka Anarcha Media here, and after watching Steve Shive's video on the on the AI generated Odyssey film, I would like to once more make a number of points about why the concept of so-called artificial intelligence, both the hype and the doomerism, is bullshit. Now, that is not to say, of course, that I don't have my concerns. I absolutely do have my concerns about the environmental ramifications, the class implications, the effect on the water supply of our world and our nation because of all these data centers being built all over the world. And yeah, of course I have those concerns. Um, but a point I would like to once again make is to call AI artificial intelligence in the first place. That term, intelligence in particular, is doing a lot of heavy lifting there. Same when they talk about machine learning, by the way. A machine cannot actually learn. You know that, right? A machine takes in data and spits out something roughly resembling that data. A machine, a computer, cannot actually create or innovate. It can only imitate based on data that is programmed into it. And it cannot go outside the boundaries of the regulatory agencies sees that keep it largely PG-13, right? Unless, of course, I suppose if a skilled hacker were to find the way around those regulations, which is a whole other can of worms entirely. Um, but yeah, um, artificial intelligence is not a thing. Y'all know that, right? Like, it's a speculative fiction term that unimaginative tech bros have turned into a hype to compensate for the fact that they're essentially glorified plagiarists with more money than sense. Y'all know that, right? These are the modern day Thomas Edisons pretending to be the modern day Teslas. That's all these Elon Musks, Mark Zuckerbergs, Sam Altmans really are at the end of the day. And of course, it's no coincidence that almost all of these technocrats have sympathies with both neo Nazis and Zionists at the same time. That is not at all a coincidence either. It's no coincidence that they have sympathies with Christian nationalists and theocrats, even though a lot of them claim to be secular minded intellectuals themselves. They're nothing of the sort, by the way. They're like, most of their wealth is fucking inherited. or stolen from actually clever people that they have stolen from, or their own workers. And then they just use copyright and IP law to take all the credit. Again, very much like what Edison did to Tesla back in the day, which is bullshit, obviously. Um, and yeah, like I have mixed feelings about Christopher Nolan's Odyssey and Christopher Nolan's filmmaking in general, in fact, but I still enjoyed the film. Did it necessarily do justice to Homer's work as much as I, as someone of Greek descent, would have hoped? Absolutely not. But it did its job well enough as a narrative, as a retelling of a classic tale. Um, and yeah, especially the ending hit hard. Like, I don't want to spoil anything, but damn, did that shit hit. Um, yeah, and and of course the controversial, like, casting of Travis Scott as a bard, I didn't give a shit about. Like, in general, like race casting controversies in media, I have never given two shits about ever. Not even when I was a right winger, in fact. Like, that's how non-racist I am. Now, that's not to say that there haven't been times I've fallen for racist shit or transphobic shit or homophobic shit in the past. I'm human. Of course I have. But I try to do better now. And that's more than can be said for so much of these outrage baiting chuds and anti fans, right? I try to do better than I used to be. And that's not virtue signaling, by the way. That's legitimate. Like, my father was a very flawed man in many ways. He was formerly a pimp. He was formerly a drug dealer. He was formerly many bad things, right? But he always tried to be better. He got into the program. He was extremely generous, even when he was short on cash himself, his whole life. He helped those in need in any way he could. He provided shelter to those in need. He helped veterans like himself. He he was a good dude. He was far from perfect, but nobody's perfect. No human being is. And people need to have more realistic standards about shit, in my opinion. Like, it's so funny how so many people weaponize the concept of nuance uh, against progressive policies and ideas, especially. Um, like, yet they have this this black and white view on meaningless culture war bullshit themselves. It's so hypocritical, man. It's so gross. It's so putrid. It's so disgusting. It's so fashy. I hate it. I really do. This has been Bobby, aka Anarcha Media, Liberty, Equality, Fraternity. Goodbye.